How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video and another one in the DBS interview series. This time I'm joined by Daniel Arroyo, who managed to pilot his unique launch deck all the way to 11th place with the top 16 in the last regional of June CardMarket series last Saturday. Do you want to say hi, Daniel?
Hello guys, I'm happy to be here and talk about the deck, and thanks.
Yeah, because your list.
A lot to Jamie.
Thank you. Yeah, because your list is very unique. It's most launch decks we see are like red-green, but you piloted basically mono-red deck using quite a few interesting tech choices.
Yeah, there was also a blue-red deck with the cat blows.
Yeah.
To whom I play with also, and but the most deck I don't know how many lands, but I think there was none red only.
Yeah, because mono red is normally one variant of launch that you don't see it often. You see a lot of red green. You sometimes see you see a lot of tricolor with red, blue, and green, and some red, blue. But it's not often you see just red.
I have played a lot the red green, but I thought that if I play against King Vegeta, and he put in the field the Vegeta cost 5, which does minus 10k to whom is played, and also 10 less 10k to who attack. I think that if that guy is in the war, I wasn't able to attack with nothing. So I was playing the red way with the Loveless Yamcha, who is an awesome card. After testing it, I think it has some potential. And when I saw the STR, who's awesome too, minus 25 to the board, also the plus one do another minus 25k, and the minus 4 is plus 15k, so he's a 40 with triple strike and 2 swings. I think it has the potential to be high.
Yeah, yeah, because you've got an easy way to bring it out quite cheap and early as well. But what was your reason for running this version of launch over the different ever decks we have in the meta, and also the other variants of launch? What was your reason behind going for this one?
I always like to not to play the top decks because I don't like that pressure. I mean, when you play a deck like Dark Broly or Metafrieza in the top way, I don't like to be in that position to think I have to win because this deck is really good. So if I don't win, I'm doing something wrong. So I like to play other decks that I play a lot and do changes until the deck works. And this is one that comes to mono red this way, and it didn't work. Then I played with red. With blue, I haven't played it yet because I don't like the Gablo way. I like the cooler, but and the mono red with the just green super combos, the Napas to combo 2 times. Twice. The mono red way is the deck that I like more.
Yeah. So going through your list is quite unique. So you ran one. So you ran 4 of the Ultimate Shenron, the Dimensional Wishmaster Unison, and 1 of the because you only run 1. Your secret rare choice being the Gohanks Unison from the last set, the secret rare. How useful was the Wishmaster? Did you ever use its effect to bring out the secret rare from its effect, or how useful was the Unison?
The Wishmaster is like a bait because I play it to play the lowless, but I don't do the -3 unless I'm very pushed with an aggro deck. Because when you play the SCR with two markers, he's very exposed. He's very exposed to a swing with Champa or two swings.
Mm-hmm.
So I only play the -3 with pressure or feel to
So
do the
like,
minus
so like,
25.
so like, if you are aggroed down if your opponent goes wide and they aggro down quite quickly, you use it in that
Yeah,
situation to just whiten the board.
yeah, yeah. Because when the players see the center on the field, they think that I have to be on two marker always, and he swing to a 20k unison. With it means that they have to combo a little bit if he swings with the leader. If you are playing that Broly, maybe he swings twice with two Broly, but that two attacks are two attacks that they are not going to the leader. I have not to protect them. So that's the bait. Sembron is a man who is taking swings and buying me time.
Yeah, because as you said, with like your focus was to bring out the Yamcha Lawless, which at the end of your turn gives you a draw, which is
Yeah,
the main thing, just being a 15k swing and giving yourself a draw at the end of the turn. If you get multiple of those out, you're accumulating not a draw, which launch already does, and also just
okay.
being a 20k, as you said as well, making it so your
Mm,
opponent, unless they're playing Dark Broly, they have to combo up to get markers off it, and it does play a lot of attacks. And just
yeah,
basically once you've played it, where it's so difficult to do, where it takes quite a few resources to get markers off or draws in some big swings, it gives you the access to Yamcha Merciless Barrage, which is pretty good, I imagine, and
yeah.
also having the King Piccolo, the new ruler live,
Mm-hmm.
the turn you play it to put some pressure on that way.
Sure, that's it. The King Piccolo is the best way to kill the Unison Tour 2. In the first match, I was against a King Piccolo who played in Tour 2 the Piccolo Unison with three markers. And he didn't expect that I could kill it in my turn. And when I did, I think he didn't draw another unison for the rest of the game, and he was behind the rest of the game. And
Mm-hmm.
just because the pressure of the new rule, 20k, no blocker, two strikes for free, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. And I can see as well a pretty interesting tech you have as well is Camilo Lord of the Lookout, the one drop that either draws you a card or add a marker to Unison. Was that a very useful card? Like, did you use it more for the draw or for the marker?
I think it will be better, but when the opponent see the HCR on the field, it's weird if he swings with a car because he tries to go with the leader or with a unison, so I can't do the +1 because I am at four markers, and if he swings and I defend it with a Wolfan or something like that, he don't swing. He doesn't swing with uh, a car to the +1. So I am stuck at four markers. So I thought that one marker on Kami would be good, but now I'm trying with the Bardock. Deflect 20k plus three markers
Yeah, yeah, the
to
Bardock
avoid
Strategic
unison.
Minds.
I think that is better for a 2-5 because because if he swings with something and he puts me into market, for instance, I can go to 5 again and do the -4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the difference with those ones is like as you said, if you play the Go Hanks and your opponent doesn't attack it but goes for your leader and doesn't attack the
Yeah,
battle card to give you a +1, the Kami is a great way for the next turn to just go for one energy, give it that 5th marker it needs, -4, and then you've got a 40k triple strike dual attacker that could help you win the game. But yeah, the only thing with that is it's left vulnerable. If you can't kill your opponent, then you're left vulnerable because it's only got 1 marker, which is quite easy to remove with just 1 swing from a leader unison, as you said. And in the strategic mind, it does cost an extra 2 more energy, but it gives it extra 3 markers. So at least then it's got an extra 3 after that to survive if you don't kill. Because launch isn't something that's that can untap energy. It gets a lot of draw, but you've got to be very energy efficient. But so you say you prefer the Bardock in future?
Yeah, I am trying it. I'm doing some changes to see what is better, but I think that the cost 3 is better.
And I can see as
well.
Give
you, and also the cost 3 has deflect against Metafriesa is really good. And the Kami, no.
Yeah, because the Bardock also provides you with a 20k beat stick as well, just to attack with.
Yeah. Also.
So I can also see that you are running the Plap as well, which is pretty good tech, because not only does it allow you to try and search for your secret rare, which is something that you don't have that often for secret rares, like a card that can help search them, but it also allows you to search for quite a few pieces, so it can allow you to search for your counterplay, your Bunny Girl Bulma, your launch pieces to flip over, or your Lawless. Why did you only run 2 of those instead of a playset? Was it space? Was it because of space or use?
You mean about the Plap? No?
Yeah, Plap.
My turns 1 are basically play Bulma and switch with the leader if my opponent starts. But if I go first, I just play energy and pass turn. So I thought that maybe Plap could give me to draw a lance or the STR, maybe, because you don't have nothing to shuffle the deck. So if you shuffle the deck and the STR goes to the bottom, you won't draw it unless the game goes to turn 6 or 5. So I thought that I needed something to shuffle the deck.
Yeah, that's quite good.
The Plap. Now I'm trying with Yamcha cost 2, whose name is Everybody Pal Yamcha. Maybe is the name. When he swings, I can pick 3 cards of the top deck and take 1 Erling. So I can take the launch Bulma, the Bunny Girl, or maybe Lawless, or any card that I need, and also I can shuffle the deck.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And then with some other attacks that you see quite often in some red Earthling decks is you've got 3 of the Bunny Girl Bulma and 2 of the Yamcha Des Hyena. Did you ever pull getting? Did you ever drop the Desert Hyena at all? Did you use that often?
Yeah. I play 3 Bulma, but I think 4 is better. In the 8 game that I played, I was needed to her, and that was a few times that I could play with the Bulma, because when you're playing 60 cards, you need 4 copies of the card that you want in your hand. So the Bunny Girl is one of them. You got the Yancha in the drop area, or maybe the lowless. You can do a launch in the combo and maybe combo with the Yancha to draw one more, and then keys on the drop to be played with the with Agulma. But in the actual mm, in the actual meta, when people send to the board many cards of your drop area, this plays a little bit risky. But it works. It works with Metafesa, it works with Vegex, it works with King Piccolo, it works with a lot of that, with that red Broly, sorry. Because that Broly sends you the launch with combo again from the drop area, and they don't care about the Yanchas.
Yeah.
That is a good play. Also, it gives you a blocker to block a player or something like that, which is useful.
Yeah, it is pretty handy. And also, I can see that for your Overrealm in the deck, you went for Fu. Is there a reason why you went for this over, say, like the Fu the Dark Punisher or another Overrealm? Like, do you always expect that you'll get to enough energy to drop this?
This is only for games like a mirror or some game that goes for long, for tour 6 or 7 maybe, that your deck is also I'm playing 60 card because in games like a mirror, you draw the entire deck. So on tour 5, 6, sorry, you have enough drop area to do that overall, and it's game. If you place Fu in the field, it's game. You swing maybe with the Unison or the Fu. He cannot draw with the super combos, he cannot counter, he cannot block. So that is game.
Just that was your focus for if the game went on too long, a way to just end it there and then.
And also, if you have an auto game, you can always discard it with your counter, with your iron range. So it's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. With your extra card lineup, you have 3 rays, 4 Warfare Fish. You have quite a few, like at least 2 negates, like true negates, in Violent Rays and Disney Opposition. Max power as well, which I imagine with this deck you'd be easy to recur and get back. But you had 2 Omen of Awakening as well. How often did that come in handy?
The Omen are like the Kamis. I thought it would be better. But to play Omen at one cost, you need to play the Senron and also create a life. In this meta, you cannot afford to create a life. Also against that Broly, which is maybe the worst pairing, you can afford to create a life, and also it is for 20k or less. It is good against a lot of pairings, but against Metafiesa, you could do it to the Bardock, 20k to strike.
Yeah.
To cause the combo. But you have to play the Unison, you have to have one energy in active mode. That energy can save you with a counter. So
yeah.
I don't know. That extra card, I am taking it out for Planet M2.
Yeah.
Just to test it, to see what is better. But the Omen of Awakening in this meta is not that good.
Yeah, okay.
So, on the other hand, the testing the opposite is the best card right now to counter.
Yeah, because it allows you to counter for free, and also give you a blocker as well. It defends basically 2 attacks for you, which is really strong.
The important part is that you don't need Sparking 5, because you can do it with just 5 life. And also, the Vegeta counter don't affect this card, which is really good.
Yeah.
If you are playing after Image, sometimes against Dark Broly or something like that, you do. So you need to negate and always.
Yeah. Alright, so with the deck, it seemed like it was all around quite a defensive deck. Let's go over your games. Do you remember much about your games?
Yeah, I play against, the first one was against King Piccolo. The second was against Vegex, Red Broly, 2 Dark Broly, 1 Launch, and 2 Mecha Frieza. I win 6 of them, and 2 against Dark Broly and Mecha Frieza, who ended the first and the second of the tournament. The Mecha Frieza was an aggro way. I was thinking that he was about to play it in a control way, and when he played the Bell mode and the Celcino, which wasn't not needed, if I remember, but he swings a lot. I played Tour 2. No, that game I didn't draw the Unison. I played Tour 2, Tour 3, lowless to draw, and he played the Unison with 4 markers, with 3 markers, and do the -3. Put in risk mode in my left energy, and he swing with everything, and he won. And the Dark Broly game, well, that's a game that if you don't draw the race, you are done. And it was like that.
Yeah, because Dark Broly can pressure with quite a lot of 30Ks, and that's quite a lot of combat power, especially for a leader that is 5K on the front and only 10K on the back.
Yeah.
So
and the other games was like
yeah. So with the games you won, how those goes? How those transpire?
The other games, the games that I won, it was mostly because people don't expect the STR, so they fill the ball. And then on tour 4, I play the STR. I clean the table. And people don't know how to react. They panic and they don't swing. They try to swing with the leader, and then you do the wolf fix, the wolf and fix, and he can do some minus to the unison, so they panic the most of the time. And also you have the unison who swings 2 times at 25K and gives a lot of pressure. I remember the game against the Dark Broly, the first one which I won. It was tour 2 or 3 Mechikabura. The Broken Seal into Son Goku GT cost 5, and it was like destroy him because he couldn't awaken to the player, the Son Goku cost 5. And that game was swinging to destroy his hand and win. But the most of the game was playing in a defensive way until tour 4, and then go with everything.
Yeah, the amount of power you can get from whereas once you drop the secret rare is just immense because even if it's not using its -4, it's still a dual attacking 25k beat stick, or even just 125k swing, and then you have it as a blocker for your turn if ever needed.
Yeah, indeed, that saved me one game because against the Lance with the cap blows, he needed me to be at 6 life, I think, or 5 to the cap blow. I think 5 life because it's 4 and the +1 with the cost 6. And the blocker gave me the game. He swings with the 25, I think. I block it, and he couldn't swing more. And it was 2 cards left in the deck, and I was 8 cards left, and I won. That blocker gave me the game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you ended up having a quite successful run of it, being 6-2, only losing. Did you say it was to the first and second players?
What?
Did you say it was only the first place and second place you lost to eventually in the end?
Yeah.
So you had quite a successful round game and ended up getting into the top 16, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. I didn't expect to be on top 25 with this deck, but then you play some games. Sometimes you are lucky, sometimes you play good, some is played from the opponent, and they're there.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Like, it depends on how your opponent plays. Like, you can have someone that plays amazing with the deck. You can get someone who hasn't played the deck before and doesn't really know and misplays quite a bit, or someone that's just not as confident. It all depends, really. Like, quite a lot of things, especially in best of one as well. But there's no side deck. You've got a main board, your things you would normally side to deal with certain matchups. So it all depends on that as well.
But that's a strong point. When you play Dark Broly or Chapriza, the opponent knows how to play against it. Maybe you have 5, 6 cards that are different from the others, but the deck is what it is. But when my opponent sees a launch, they are thinking maybe I'm in the red green. They go back, and then it is fine to me. So the surprise point is a good point.
So with the list, do you plan on playing on the next webcam event in July?
This weekend, I think in Spain we play a national tournament, but I am not playing there because I have to travel. I can right now. I cannot right now. But the next regional is in July.
Yeah.
I think
July the 10th, I think it is.
I will play again. I don't know if launch or something, but I feel pretty confident right now.
But if you were to play this deck, what kind of changes after taking out the Omen and Awakening? What changes would you make towards the list if you were to use it for next time?
Right now, I have to take out the Kamis, the Pilaf, and the Omen, and I put in one Bunny Girl, a Planeted M2, the field, and the Bardogs. The 2 Bardogs cost 3 + 3 markers, and I don't know what more because I am making changes because I don't like to leave the deck the way it is. I always like to improve the decks and changes to be better in the meta. But right now with the red cards released, I think this is the best I can do right now.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds nice. Sort of changes. And before we end the video, and also congratulations on making top 16 as well. Is there any shout outs you want to give to anybody before we end it?
Thanks? You mean?
Yeah, is anybody you want to thank or anybody you want to shout out?
Well, thanks a lot to my friend who played against this deck once and once and once, and another time to improve it. The man, my friend was 100 and something because he had to leave. He was playing that Broly too, and he was telling me my parents because I couldn't for the 4 rounds because there was an error with the IP and it was some crazy games, but thanks a lot to my friends.
That's pretty cool. It's quite handy when you got people like that to help you out. But anyway,
I enjoyed a lot this one.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for coming on and having an interview to basically go over your decks. It's quite an interesting list. It's not something you see it very often. But also to anybody watching, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to check out the deck and give it a try and untap yourself, the link could be in the description below. So once again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.